the Haven Center is where we are coming from tonight for this Benilde-St. Margaret's basketball game. We've got the boys going up against the Holy Angels Stars. Benilde coming in at 1-2 off of a tough road loss against Edina by just a few points 2 days ago. Sorrel, what are the keys in this game for Benilde, and what do they need to do to kind of pick up where they left off a few years ago with some of the greats?
Well, it's funny that you say keys, and Sam Baker comes on the court now. The keys belong to Sam Baker for this team. This team is Sam Baker's team. He's gonna run the offense. They're gonna run the offense through him. He's a great shooter. He can get to the basket. He's gonna make Winona State very happy next year.
Sam Baker, obviously the leading scorer for this Red Knight team through 3 games. We'll be talking about him a lot, I'm sure, tonight, as we're going through the starting lineups here. What do you know about Holy Angels? Any key players for them? We were watching the JV game earlier, and we saw a pretty tremendous shooter.
Yep.
But do you think we'll get to see him play tonight, as he is going to be coming off the bench for the Stars?
I do believe that we'll see him come off the bench, but something that I'm looking at is number 32, the point guard. He's I don't think that he'll start tonight. I'm pretty sure he won't start tonight, but when he gets on the court, he has a good handle. He'll get you off your feet, and he'll definitely get this team going.
And as we talk about Holy Angels, number 30, Robbie Metcalf comes out, the senior guard, going to be commanding this team tonight. And the player I was talking about there, you see in the Holy Angels huddle, that's number 5, Jack Anderson. He's only a sophomore, but he was draining the threes in the first game for JV tonight, so maybe we'll see him play a half later.
Right.
And now we're going to go down to the court as we're about to start. Refs getting set up for the tip-off. I'm Ethan Lee along with Sorrel Blake Tene.
I'm here.
We're here on ParkTV for an edition of high school basketball. Thanks for joining us. And down to center court, we have Eli Cave taking the tip-off. He is the tallest guy in this team at not really outstanding 6'6", but enough for this game tonight, as the guy tipping against him is going to be number 24 for Holy Angels, and that is Sam Bain, but it goes out of bounds. And first possession to Holy Angels.
Right, and something that's obvious with Eli, is that he has tremendous length. He's good athleticism. He can get up and down the court pretty fast, and he's a special player.
Stars now holding the ball. Top of the arc, pass down to Osland. Osland looking up top over to Longo. Longo down to the side to Metcalf. Metcalf's going to dribble it out. Nothing going for the Stars yet. Benilde doing a good job keeping the Stars on the perimeter, not letting them penetrate inside. Burke with the ball up top to Metcalf. And that one can't find its way in. And Benilde going the other way quickly. Sam Baker.
Good pass there.
Across the other side. And Dries can't put it in. Out off of the Stars, number 20, Osland.
And if you are Holy Angels, that's not a shot that you want Derek Dries to take. Derek Dries is a knockdown shooter. That's the only way you can describe him.
Throw in now to Sam Baker. He's contested by Osland and sends it across court to Cave. Cave thinking about shooting. Second guessing his decision. Now over to Baker, who will take it immediately. First points of the game, and that's Sam Baker from 3.
And that BSM bench is hyped up. I haven't seen like this in a couple of years.
Holy Angels now trying to work it inside. Bain gets rejected and has to send it back out. A pass in now, intercepted by Eli Cave. He's going to have Baker on his right. Cave's going to take it himself. Tries to dunk it in, but cannot. Try to get a little fancy there. Could have just laid it in, Sorrel. In my opinion, what do you think about that choice?
It would have been the best decision to dump it off to your best player there.
And we see Bain making him regret it by coming right back and putting it in. Yeah, Sorrel, he's got to be second-guessing that decision. And the guy with length, who clearly he's dunked before if he's confident enough to do that in a game like this, but I don't know. Early mistake. Hopefully won't cost them too much, as we're just getting started in this game. 3-2 Red Knights.
I think he'll shake it off.
Cave up top for 3. No good again. Cave's 0 for 2 in this game so far. Sole points in this game for Benilde is Baker. And we'll see Sam Baker again getting that three from way outside. He wasn't even just on the line.
No.
He had a good 4 or 5 feet off of it.
Yeah, he's a shooter. He's a shooter that we haven't seen in a couple years here at Benilde. He's
now
special.
Metcalf taking the ball up. Okay, up top. Holy Angels trying to move around, but they're going to be keeping outside. That's Arms sending it over to Oslin. Oslin to Bain, excuse me. That one goes out of bounds, and it'll go back the Red Knights' way. Baker taking it up. Once again, Osland on him. Cave around to the right side here. He's a player to watch, and we have Drees up top here with the ball down to Cave. Bainey on Cave.
And as you can see, this Benilde team is not really sporting a classic point guard. As Sam Baker takes a three here, can't put it in. But they're not really running with a classic point guard because Sam Baker is running at point guard right now, but he is their leading scorer. He's more of a shooter than a passer. So look for this team to try to get out and run and use their bigs instead of using guards.
And we see another shot there, well contested, and no good for Longo, and then another one goes up. But then the third attempt there, as we see Bainey getting in there and getting the rebound and getting those garbage points. That's what he's good at, those big men down there.
There's 6-3, can't put it in.
And quickly another three for Bainey, and Drees cannot get it in, and a foul now on the other end. Going to the line to take 2 shots will be Osland.
Looks like that's Derek Drees on the foul.
And we see him drive, and it looks like Baker got an arm in there, but then it was Drees who really went up with it and kind of hit Osland on the arm there. Now Osland taking 2 shots. First one good for Osland. 5-3 Stars. Second for Osland is no good, and it will be initially a Benilde rebound. Good fight for it. We saw 35 there for Benilde. Dunn going at it. Ended up taking it away from Kipper. And Baker is fouled going up, and he'll get 2 shots. Sorrell, what have you seen so far from this Benilde offense? The first couple possessions, it looked like they were just going to keep it outside and kind of shoot the threes with Baker. Right. That didn't work. Cave missed the dunk, and now we have Baker driving in, trying to make something happen on his own. Right.
Something that I've seen from this Benilde team is definitely, like I hit the 2 earlier, they're not running with a traditional guard, guard, forward, center setup. They're running more with like a guard, with more of like 2 shooting guards, and then 2 bigs and then an obvious center. Because, I mean, Eli Cave, you can put Eli Cave anywhere on the court. As you see, he's playing most of the 5. But they don't have a traditional point guard to facilitate. So I think they're going to try to move it inside.
And as we listen to Sorrell's expertise and insight there, we saw Baker get his 4th and 5th points of the game. It is now 5-5 here at the Haven Center. Working it outside over to Arms. Trying to get it in, but Cave is there to take it away. Good chance for Baker now. Baker just laying it in, keeping it simple.
You can't take your eyes off him. He moves very, very, very well without the ball.
Trying to drive it in now is Bainey. Stars will get a whistle.
Looks like it's a call on the floor.
And we'll see them try to work it in from the baseline here as we have a sub into the game. Mazurik is coming in, and going out is Osland. Out to the side, that's Metcalf wide open. He drives in, and a finger roll in makes it 7-7 again.
And through 5 minutes here, no subs for the Benilde team. So, I mean, they're looking to go with more of a senior setup here.
And a shot, no good, but Baker fighting for the rebound. And he's going to have another chance. He's going to just take it outside and set up. Zurich playing good D on him, forcing him down to the baseline. Baker, it'll be a called timeout by Benilde as Baker was being forced to the baseline down there.
Yep.
So What do you like? What do you dislike so far about this Benilde team and how they're playing?
Something I do like is that the fact that they're going towards more of a senior-based setup here. As you see, the people that are in the game have not switched out because this team's only running with 4 seniors. And, some might say, oh, well, this is a rebuilding year, etc. But I think this is a year to get their young players' feet wet because, I mean, Eli Caves, he's going to be gone next year. Sam's going to be gone next year. Will Lilienthal's going to be gone next year. So this is a team that it's hard to say, but I think this team has a bright future. So that's something that I do like. Something that I don't like is they should definitely work the ball more inside towards Eli Cave.
Into Baker here. He takes a quick shot. A little too much on it.
Yep.
And that's rebounded by Mazurek and taken the other way by the Stars. Quickly down as Longo loses the ball out of bounds back towards the Red Knights' way. Good opportunity there for the Stars on the fast break, but Longo just couldn't handle it, as we see there. Only using one hand to control the ball and loses it out of bounds. Top now is done over to Baker, and Baker to Lilienthal. Lilienthal to Cave. Cave across the court to Baker. Baker driving in. He's got 3 guys on him, but it looked like he was still trying to go for the shot. He does draw the foul.
Yep.
They're going to call that on the floor.
As you see here.
And it'll be a throw-in for Benilde, but not before a pair of subs for the Red Knights. Coming in, we've got Whitmore, quarterback for this Benilde Red Knights football team. 2-sport athlete, as well as Peyton Miller, number 20.
Yep. And Peyton Miller's another guy that I've seen that can really put the ball in the back of the net.
Cave to Baker up top. Baker over to Miller, who gets his first touch of the game. Back out, a drive in, a left-handed layup attempt by Will Whitmore. Cannot get it in. Going Stars' way now. As Metcalf sends it over to Mazurek. Mazurek inside, Cave trying to take it away. And it looked like it just went off of the Stars. That was number 11, Longo. Cave getting the ball right back, but early these teams, neither of them able to get any separation here a few minutes into this game.
It's something that I like about Eli Cave's length and athleticism. He's a very, very, very good pass lane defender. As you see, he already has 2 or 3 steals by just playing the passing lane. He doesn't have to do anything actually. He kind of just has to stick those tree branches that he has his arms out there, and he gets steal.
Shot for Whitmore from 3, no good. It is rebounded by Dries, and a whistle. It's going to be called on Holy Angels. Looks like number 2, Arms, grabbed the jersey there as the ball was going out of bounds, and another throw-in. Inbounding it for Benilde is Peyton Miller. And coming into the game, number 23, Voxland. Dan Voxland, the 6'1" junior, as we see a quick shot here. Doesn't go. Holy Angels gets the ball back. Osland to get up top with Baker on him. He sends it over to Voxland. Voxland into Longo. Longo to the outside to Osland. Osland going to take it back up top with Cave on him. And now a chance for the Stars. Longo got a good one there, tried to drive it in, but he had a couple of defenders on him, keeping him out of that one. And we see a jump ball there, Sorrell.
Yep. Looks like it's going to go possession towards Benilde here. Lucky break with that one. They had a good block, but you got to secure the rebound after.
We have a substitution now going out of the game. For Holy Angels is going to be Baining. Coming back in is Metcalf, as Whitmore will be taking it up the court. This guy knows a lot about running an offense. Sorrell, Will Whitmore is the quarterback for the Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights this season, as Cave goes up on a shot for foul. Benilde, a 5-5 record for the football team, but they made it through their section and made it to state.
Right.
Obviously got blown out in the first round, but that must have been exciting at this school here.
Oh, yeah,
Sorrell.
definitely. And something that I've noticed about Whitmore is that he, when you think of the storybook guy, quarterback and point guard for the team, for the varsity teams, even though he's not starting here, but he's getting a lot of minutes. First non-senior off the bench. but something that he works very, very hard. So for people that might think that it's kind of just handed to him, etc., he works very, very hard, and he's a focal point for this team in the upcoming years.
And we see Cave miss his second free throw, but it goes out of bounds off of Holy Angels. Oslin there. Good fight by Sam Baker, and now Will Whitmore has it up top. Baker goes all the way around the court and tries to set up a three, can't, and Baker is just outplayed there, and it goes out of bounds. Good defense there by Oslin. Stars ball.
Right, and something that I like about Baker is that he is a natural-born scorer. I mean, he gets the ball. He's a good passer. Don't get me wrong, but he's looking to attack. He wants buckets. That's all. That's what he's looking for.
And speaking of Sam Baker, since he is such a star for this team, do you know anything about maybe his future in basketball? Has he made any plans yet?
Like I touched on earlier, Winona State he has committed to Winona State.
All right.
And they will definitely love him there because he's a hard worker. You know, he's a taller kid to be playing point guard, but he's one of those guys that you can insert right into your point guard role in college because obviously there's a big height jump, but he's a good scorer. He can get to the basket, he can draw you fouls, and he can make the free throws. What good are fouls if you can't make the free throws after, you know?
And after that timeout, we're going to restart, and the Holy Angels will be inbounding the ball, and Benilde working the press with Cave on the ball right now, and now they're going to give it out to Metcalf. Metcalf playing some toss around there, down the side of the perimeter, and trying to work it in. Longo there got a good pass and tried to set up Mazurek, but they couldn't get it on the first attempt. Does get a second chance though, and that just shows to your point, Sorrell, earlier, Benilde needs to get the rebounds and not allow second chances for Holy Angels on offense, and also to try to get those second chances on defense.
Right. I mean, even across the board, Benilde is obviously a bigger team than this team, but it's more about will than skill, you know. So it's not always about being the biggest. Sometimes you just have to want it.
And Miller with a three, no good.
Oh, Whitmore shows that he wants the ball right there, but he can't get to it.
Big man Mazurek fights for it. Not a ton of size on either of these teams, but we obviously see the length in Cave. Working it outside. Stars up by one here, just under 10 minutes to go in the first half. Longo in, trying to work a shot over the head and body of Lilienthal. Won't go in, but a quick intercepted pass, and now Metcalf taking it the other way, stopped up by Miller. Into Longo, attempt to layup, but a good body there. And Eli Cave now taking it the other way. They're going to call a defensive foul, and Holy Angels does not like it, the fans and the coach.
Yep. Something that I also like about Eli is just like if you see the way he handles the ball, he does not handle the ball like a big man at all. As you see the defensive foul here, and Holy Angels is a little bit upset about that. Maybe it's a good call, but
I agree. His feet weren't set on defense, and that's the indicator right there. He's still coming back. No way they call that.
Right. So I think that he handles the ball like someone that's not his size. So that's gonna be good going into his college career, which he hasn't yet decided yet.
Whitmore up top. Done to Cave. Cave over to the side. Lilienthal struggling with it.
Yep.
Good defense there by Oslin to force the loose ball, but could not generate a turnover.
Good passing here.
And now to John. Lilienthal good from three.
Great shot. The BSM bench is dabbing. They're ready to. They are hyped in this game, and they're trying to will their team to a win.
Over now, and Cave with an interception. He's going to go up with it. This time he puts it in.
One hand.
Took a little easier approach there. Just kind of laid it in off the board, kind of above the rim, but he got that elevation, so we know he can dunk. He's proven it to us. And now Benilde starting to feel it, getting that momentum that they might need as it's a 13-9 lead, and that's kind of been Benilde's problem so far this season against Minneapolis South, Rosemount, and Edina. Rosemount, they ended up pulling away and getting the win, but against South, they lost by 1, and they lost to Edina at Edina by 3 a couple nights ago. And that was a tough one, obviously, for Benilde. So here, that's going to be their key.
Yep, you got to win those close ones.
And last time Benilde and Holy Angels squared off was in the section tournament last year. Benilde winning that one by double digits.
And someone that I'm looking to see come into this game, I don't know if he'll get a chance, is freshman Jamison Battle. He is, wow, he's an unreal shooter. If he ever gets on the court, you guys will see what I'm saying. But he's honestly one of the best shooters I've seen in a long time. And I've seen a lot of guys shoot, but he's one of those guys that is a natural shooter. As we see the teams get ready to come back after this timeout. And
as you said, he is a freshman. Battle. This team kind of goes with a seniority look. I think this Benilde team year after year, they want to play their older guys, the guys with experience. Does Battle get in there, get some playing time from what you've seen?
From what I've seen, I think I'm not really sure he'll get a chance at some real clock time. But I mean,
and a lay-in and a chance for one more. Matt Lilienthal again getting his 4th and 5th of the game. And add one opportunity here. We see Lilienthal just beating his man, Osland, and a good feed in there. And it's going to be 15-9 with a chance for another one for Lilienthal.
Yeah, he's a crafty player, I'll tell you that. He definitely gets in there. He gets what he wants when he wants it.
Lilienthal puts it in, 16-9 Red Knights, just over 8 minutes to go in the first half.
They're playing a trap.
If you're just joining us, you're watching Benilde-St. Margaret's basketball against Holy Angels Stars. And forced out of bounds on what would have been a backcourt violation, over and back by Osland again. He's struggled the last couple minutes here in this game. Lilienthal on fire right now, throwing the ball in. Hits Whitmore up top and right back to him. Down to Cave. Cave's going to drive on the baseline, reverse layup and in. Eli Cave making it pretty there.
He definitely does not play like the biggest guy on the court.
He's quick. We saw that. We saw him playing soccer a lot this year too. Right. He can move down the field. He can do that with a basketball. Some guys just can't do that.
Right.
Cave's not one of those guys. I might have been one of those guys. My coaches would get scared if I was ever taking the ball up, as we see a couple players getting tied up down low. And Miller and Cave high-fiving each other. It will be the Stars' possession. And as they inbound, here we'll see him send it in to Metcalf. Metcalf down to Longo. Gonna see Longo driving a lot in this game, I have a feeling. Metcalf working it in, Zoxon there. Out to Missouri. Lilienthal playing good D. Far out, he's comfortable there.
Good shot.
As we see a shot kind of go in and out for a 3 for Longo, but then the second effort, it goes in, and that was Bain.
You gotta want it, you gotta want it. Oh, good move.
Whitmore driving, good move behind the back there. Can't get in though, and he gives it off to Dunn. Over to Lilienthal, over to Cave. Back up top to Miller. This Benilde team likes to take their time. They're not going to force something until they really feel comfortable. And as we saw there, Lilienthal drive in. They're still fighting for it. Dunn got a rebound, couldn't put it up. And even there, we were making a point of, as just a moment here, we have a fast break opportunity. And it's slowed down by Benilde. We're making a point of Benilde needing to get rebounds and get those second and maybe third chances. We saw them do that there, but they just couldn't put the ball in.
Right. This
foul on Whitmore here.
This Holy Angels team so far is working around the boards. And this is not as I touched on before, they only have a couple bigger guys. I mean, if you look at this team all the way throughout the bench, Derek Drees is 6'5", Joe Dunn is 6'5". So there has to be some type of way that they can want these rebounds, because they're just as big as the other guys, if not bigger.
Bainey now shooting 2 from the line. Just So no good, trickles in and out. 2 subs now for Benilde and a pair for Holy Angels as well. Coming into the game for the Red Knights, number 14 Wexler, and back into the game Dries.
And something to touch on about Michael Wexler. I don't know if he'll play point guard here because Whitmore's still in the game. But if you like classic point guards, if you like a John Stockton type even, I'm not saying he's as good, but Michael Wexler is that guy. He runs the offense like a pro. Like he's been playing here for 6 or 7 years. He's only been playing here for 3. So this is a guy that they really like here. As the pass goes over his head.
Benilde with another turnover out of bounds. And as we approach the 6-minute mark, Holy Angels down 6, wanting to come back. Benilde's not going to make it easy for them on any possession here as they're going to continue to press. Holy Angels working it around, taking the shot now as Metcalf can't get it to go. And a good rebound there for Benilde. Lilienthal.
Pass out by Wexler.
Wexler keeping it inbounds and controlling it. Benilde slows it down, and now they'll run their offense. Dunn trying to do something himself. He kicks it out to Whitmore. Whitmore cannot handle it, though, and it goes out of bounds. Another Benilde turnover.
Yeah, they got to put a limit to those. But something I like that I see from Joe Dunn is he is an expert in the post. He has those little post moves. He whips his head around, head fakes, all the above. So I think he's a post threat that they're glad that they have.
5 minutes to go in the first half. Holy Angels down by 6. Bainey with a chance and can't get it to go. So it seems like possession after possession for Holy Angels. It's missed shot and then go back, and Benilde turns the ball over. Right. Kind of sloppy play so far, but we see some good points. As Dunn there drives it in and puts it up himself. Dunn with that big body. We don't have a weight on him, but definitely a force down there in the lane.
Yeah, you don't want to run up into him. You don't.
Oh, beautiful 3 by Metcalf there. And that was Whitmore trying to get the ball into Dries. Couldn't. Good defensive play there by Arms. And we'll see again that 3-pointer by Metcalf. Beautiful. And
right.
I don't know if he even hit the rim there. He knew that was going right away.
Ooh.
2015.
Yeah. And it looks like Sam Baker checks back in here.
Baker back in. His absence very obvious, as we've seen this Benilde offense struggle to get anything going so far.
And also number 32, Matthew Nyberg, checks back into the game. His first minutes of this game that we have tonight.
Dries taking his second shot here, and it's good. 2 for 2 there, and that's going to extend Benilde's lead to 7 as they are now in the bonus. Quick shot and another 3 good. This time it's Mazurek, and Holy Angels has an answer for everything Benilde is doing right now. Across over to Nyberg, a bold pass, and another turnover for Benilde. That's 4 just in the last few minutes here.
That's something that they're definitely going to poke at come halftime.
And that's not something they can afford to continue doing if the Stars are going to shoot as hot as they've been shooting. Speaking of hot shooters, Metcalf taking it up. Into the middle, and the Stars like to kick it right back out. Metcalf now with a chance. He's going to try to drive around Whitmore after a good pass fake. Longo has it on the perimeter. Down there to Mazurek. Metcalf trying to roll in and do something, can't, so getting out to Mazurek. Benilde doing a good job not letting the Stars drive inside until they get it into their big man, Bainey, and only after a second chance do they put it in. Benilde continuing to give it up on defense. 8 points now in the last 2 minutes.
And then a lot of those points are either going inside or they're wide open shots. They're not really getting a lot of pressure on the shooters out there. Good pass.
Whitmore with it now. In the middle of the Drees.
Great move by Darren Drees. You can't put it in there.
And Drees cannot put in the contested layup. This defender a little shorter than him, but put enough body on him to stop it.
They got away with that one.
And this time a 3 missed off the rim. Looks like it went off a Red Knight player, and it will be Stars possession. Substitution for Holy Angels. Sanchez coming into the game and leaving as Metcalf. Inside the replay there. A good rebound by Longo, putting it back in. And another inbound for Holy Angels here. This possession, they could be tying it up. We're under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Zurich up top, gives it over to Longo. Oslin now sending it through. And Bainey not able to get anything going. Misses that layup, and Eli Cave picks up the ball here. Benilde on offense. 2 minutes to go in the first.
As you see, Eli Cave directing traffic. Ooh, good pass.
And Drees there fouled. He couldn't put it in, but he's going to go to the line for 2.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the thing I like about this team is that you pick 5 players on this team. This team is, you know, about 12 players deep. So, I mean, you pick any 5 players on this team, and they can run the point just like a point guard would. You know, there's not one set point guard on this team, and I love it.
Drees puts the first one in. He's made a couple free throws so far. Four for 4 as it's now 24-20 Red Knights. Benilde still pressing. Stars struggling a little bit with it, but have been able to generate scores in the last few minutes with their motion offense, and they've caused a turnover of their own now. Over to Cave, and they're going to call him on a walk. Lilienthal, that is. He has 5 points so far in this game, but costly mistake there, as that's 5 turnovers since around the 5-minute mark, Sorrell, for the Red Knights.
And it looks like Captain John Kipper comes back in for the Holy Angels Stars. Something I like about Will Whitmore here is that he's a very feisty player. He doesn't like being beat on the defensive end, so he'll definitely get up into you. Much like he does on the football field.
Metcalf taking it up, trying to work around Whitmore. Drives it in, going for a layup and puts it in, contested. Whitmore stayed on him there. That was just a good job by Metcalf of using his body and his height advantage, extending his arms and getting that layup in. Drees now driving in. He is not fouled. They're going to call that on Benilde, and it's going to go the Stars' way with 1.5 minutes in the first half. We'll see that play by Metcalf again there. Just drove in. Whitmore staying on him with the body, but obviously size advantage is a big thing. Goes a long way in basketball. And a sub into the game. Dunn's coming back in. Going out is Drees. Drees will probably sit out for the remainder of the first half.
And as you see, they're running with more of like an 8 instead of like a traditional 10 or 12, type lineup. They're running with more of like an 8 type lineup and just kind of moving in the pieces that they need. So if they need a shooter, they'll bring in Peyton Miller. And if they need a big man, they'll bring in Joe Dunn, So it's kind of like they're not really going deep into their bench because maybe it's because such a close game, but we'll see how it works out going into the second half.
Foul on number 33, Eli Cave.
There's a foul on Cave. That's going to be his first of the game. So no trouble for him. He'll stay in here as we reach the minute mark. And Sanchez getting the pass inbounds. Gives it over to Metcalf. Metcalf up to Kipper. And back to Metcalf. He's going to try to drive in once again around Lilienthal. Bold move.
Get it. Oh, good back tap by Nyberg. Whitmore's racing down the court.
And Whitmore trying to put it in, can't. He's obviously hacked there by Sanchez. Guess it's what you got to do if you're Sanchez, but
Yeah.
good job by Whitmore to get it down and draw a foul, and he'll get 2 at the line.
Foul on number 3, Sanchez Garcia, his second, team 9. Whitmore's the line.
First one for Whitmore, good. 3-point lead for the Red Knights. They can make it a 2-score game for halftime here with another one from Whitmore. It's good, 26-22 Red Knights. And the press works this time as Cave gets it, and Cave's gonna get the pass right back to Whitmore and put it in. And for Cave, that's his third and fourth points of the game.
And once Cave gets the ball inside, as you see he's trapping here, once Cave gets the ball inside, it's money. His arms are so long, and he gets the ball basically almost in the hoop, if not in the hoop, you know? It's kind of like his arms are just perfect, as we see here as good two-man play, and he gets the ball.
Good job
in
by
reverse.
And that's a couple reverse layups in this game so far. He really knows how to get around the court.
Right.
You saw again that length for him does not take away from the speed, kind of like a Kyle Wilcher character.
Right.
As we see for Gonzaga in the NCAA. First one in for Bainey.
For the Stars.
And that's something that just kind of strikes me about him is that usually when you see a guy that's that big and that long, you know, he kind of tends to play on the inside. But Eli, he'll come out and he'll take you. He'll take you anytime, you know. So that fearlessness as a ball handler and as a shooter is something that sets him apart from other big men.
Second one no good for Bainey, but they do get the rebound. That was Kipper. Couldn't put it in, though. Cave getting the rebound, and it looks like Benilde should get the last shot unless they can create a fast break chance here. Into Cave, 18 seconds left. I'll imagine they'll hold it. It does go out of bounds off of Kipper. And Cave will be inbounding it here. He'll actually come out and go under the hoop inside the lane. Inbounding it will be Lilienthal. Out to Whitmore.
I can smell it. Benilde's looking for a 3 here.
And Nyberg struggles to get it to Cave. Cave trying to put one up with 6 seconds left and cannot. It goes off the side of the board. 3 seconds left, a chance for the Stars here. A good setup and a pass in by Oslin, but he could not quite connect with teammate Bainey under the hoop, so that looks like that'll be the last scoring chance of the first half. We're gonna go into the first half here, into halftime with a 28-23 game, unless they count that shot. Wow. I was not expecting that, but we're gonna see that again and see if that was surely a shot. They're not gonna be able to overturn it, obviously, but at least we'll know if it was a basket or not here.
Wow, that was nice. That's the second buzzer beater I've seen today.
And wow, I was going in setting that one up, just assuming that that would be the score at halftime, 28-23. But we're going to see this play again here, and Oslin is going to be the one throwing it in. And we see the height on Bainey here. We've seen him try to get to a couple times. He actually gives it over though, to Voxland.
That's well before.
And you saw that red light. He got the shot off first, you think?
Yeah, I definitely think that he got that one in. That was
a tremendous call by the refs getting that. As you know, in basketball, you cannot catch and shoot if you're under 0.3 seconds. It's just not physically possible, and they don't allow refs to make a scoring decision on that. But we saw here, they started with 0.4 seconds. Maybe the clock got started a little late, but as he just touched it and put it up that quick, I do believe that was a good shot.
Yeah, that was nice.
I agree with you, Sorrell. So we're going to go to halftime with a close game, 28-25 Red Knights here on ParkTV. We'll be right back for the second half.
Drownings are a leading cause of death for young children. Simple safety steps are the best way to prevent these tragedies. Make sure kids learn how to swim. Always watch them in and around water. Properly fence all pools and stay away from drains. Consider the steps you take, then add a few more. Because you never know which pool safety step will save a life until it does. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
That's the buzzer as we're back at the Haven Center for the second half of this basketball game. This is the Red Knights hosting the Holy Angels Stars. I'm Ethan Lee along with Sorrell Blake Tene. Thanks for joining us. Pretty good first half, Sorrel, entertaining, back and forth, 28-25. Red Knights the score as we go into the second half. What have you seen so far that you've noticed, and what are you looking for in the second half from either of these teams?
Well, I'm looking for Holy Angels to continue what they're doing. That's shooting the ball, getting good rebounds, and getting second chance shots. On the other hand, I'm looking for Benilde to stop that because that's the only thing that's keeping them from running away with this game. I mean, they haven't had a tremendous shooting game, but you have to get out on shooters and you have to pull down those rebounds.
Yeah, they need to rebound. Very good point. And it sounds dumb. It sounds so fundamental, but it's true.
Right.
Sometimes you just can't get it going. And speaking of get it going, we're underway here as Holy Angels is having a lot of trouble passing it around, generating a look, but just as I said, of course, Bainey gets the ball in. He's a force in the lane, and he just goes right over the top of Cave.
Lilienthal, he has to teardrop that. Good pump fake.
Cave a pump and drives in. He can't lay it up himself, but Dunn gets a rebound and misses a wide open layup. He better make this one. He does. Imagine the coach's reaction to that and how Dunn would feel if he couldn't end up putting that one in.
Good steal there by Baker. Off the foot, that's a kick ball.
Baker tries to make the bounce pass over to Cave. Can't get it through, but then he hits a three.
That was a passing exhibition by between Baker, Cave, and number 24, Derek Drees. That was nice.
Baker's next field goal, he'll be in double digits. 8 points so far in this one. Down inside, that pass rejected. And a chance for Benilde now. Baker gets it. Good job there by Lilienthal to give it up under the basket. And Baker putting it in for two. He now has 10 points on the day.
And Baker, he's, he might not be the best passer on the team, might not run the offense the best, but he is, like I said, he's a natural-born scorer. Not even a natural-born shooter. He's a natural-born scorer. He's going to put the ball in the hoop every time down. He's going to have a chance every time.
Stars trying to get it through this Benilde defense. They've struggled to do that as we see another turnover. And that was Bainey giving it up there. That seems to be their strategy, at least it has been the last couple times down the court, has been getting it into Bainey, as none of these other guys have really been able to penetrate the defense for Benilde very well, as we see a replay of Sam Baker's three-pointer there. And Benilde really taking off with momentum in the second half, up 8.
If we're talking the full package, shooting, athleticism, play recognition, basketball IQ, Sam Baker is the full package and then some.
And we have a foul on the floor.
A good pass here by Lilienthal. He gives it to Sam and he puts it in. That's nice. That's just really good chemistry between two senior players.
Inbounding it will be Oslin. Oh, he finds man in the middle. Can't get it going though. That was Metcalf wide open in the middle. Gets
good
knocked
pass
down
by
on the shot.
Sam.
And now Cave trying to get it through. Can't get it to Dunn. Loses the ball. Nobody can come up with it. Out of bounds, back the Stars' way.
As you see, a good pass here by Baker and just a nice little touch pass to Dunn, but he can't corral it.
And it looked like a good tip there. I think that was Longo that got a hand on it.
I mean, something that I like about this team also is that they are just such, selfless passers. They get down and they don't want to hold the ball and see if they can get a shot. They want to get the shot to whoever's open. And usually when they're open, they'll make it.
They create the opportunities for sure.
Excluding that one little mess up by Joe Dunn there, but he cleaned it up in the end.
And a shot, no good. Contested well by Cave, and Oslin can't put it in. Cave now taking it the other way. He gives it off to Dunn, and Dunn finishes it home, making it a 10-point lead for the Red Knights, and that's going to force a Holy Angels timeout.
That's nice. That's they're definitely getting out and they're running and they're playing the Benilde game.
And
Great
just like
pass.
that, we see Cave get that elevation. See, he created almost a more open pass, a higher percentage pass by getting up in the air and kind of getting it down to Dunn, huh?
Right, because usually coaches don't want you to do that type of thing. But I mean, when you think of, when you have a guy like Cave coming to you and you think he's gonna, just dunk right over you or he's gonna lay it up over you, you're gonna get up in the air to stop that. So he did a nice little Euro step, got up in the air and dumped it off to his teammate for a wide open 2 points. we have a little bit of downtime here. It looks like the Holy Angels coach is adamant about something. But something that I touched on is that they're getting out and they're running and they're playing the Benilde game. And Benilde, even though they're a team that likes to set up their offense, they might run a little bit slower on the offense. They like to get out and run on fast break.
And what do you think Coach is telling the Stars players in the huddle right now, down 10 at a turning point here early in the second half?
I can put on my coach's hat real quick, but I'll say he's saying, just play your game, because in the end you can't play any game besides the Holy Angels game. So I know that sounds very simple and very
you can't change it up mid-game. You just got to keep grinding, right?
Right. So you gotta kind of have to push it, and you have to play the game you've been playing the whole first half. You can't change up now just because the score has changed.
For sure, and now we have Holy Angels trying to do that and continue to play their game. They've done a lot of working it around the outside,
right?
Taking either a 3 or driving in here, and a player who we see do that a lot is Oslin there, number 20. He's going to be inbounding it now as the Stars draw a foul. Into the game now for Holy Angels. His arms going out is Longo. And Dries, his third foul of the game, but he will remain in for now at least.
Oh, Sam missed an easy steal there. He turned his back to the ball. It was jarred loose.
Over and a shot. Missouri can't put it in, and that's rebounded by Dries. Baker taking it up through to Dunn. Dunn laying it in and can't.
Oh, you have to finish those. You have to finish
those.
A
couple missed layups for him now in this game. Open ones too. The first time he rebounded it and put it in on his second chance. Couldn't do that there. Big missed opportunity for the Red Knights. Driving in now, and the shot is good for Bainey.
And something that I liked about Sam on that play there is that, we're sitting here courtside, so obviously, we can see a little bit of their mannerisms on the court. As a good shot here by Lilenthal's put in. But when Sam plays defense, he looks at your movements other than the ball, because the ball, you can make the ball go wherever you want to go if you're a good handler. But he looks at your mannerisms and looks where he can poke the ball out. His eyes stay, you can fake it, you can, fake a pass, whatever, but his eyes stay straight to your court. And that's a mark of a good defender. Wow, bang!
And Dries putting in a
shot. Good shot.
Dries now, we've had 7 points on the day. His first 4 coming from free throws, and now a few more. It's 42-29 Red Knights. This is that separation we're talking about that Benilde tried to get. And it looks like they're finally getting there as they create another turnover. Chance for Dunn. No, but he's fouled going up. Good pickup for Dunn there on what looked like a lost play for the Red Knights.
Yep.
Foul number 2.
See Baker taking it up here. And this was that 3 earlier by Dries. Beautiful shot. You don't necessarily expect that from a bigger guy like that.
Right, but like I touched on earlier, Dries he's one of those shooters that you can tell he's been shooting his whole life, Even though he might be bigger and athletic, you look at him, you're like, all right, this guy can shoot. If you look at his stroke 1 or 2 times, all right, I have to run out on this guy, because if he gets the ball up in the air with no one around him, it's easy. If he gets the ball handed in his face, he still might put it in. So you can never sleep when you're around him.
Dunn putting it in, making it 43-29 Red Knights. 13 minutes to go. Benilde's next game, that should be on Saturday, December 5th, against Waconia here at home at 3 p.m. Benilde will be trying to achieve their first winning record of the season, assuming they can hold on here today.
Right.
They'll go to 2-2 with the win, but Stars still got a lot of fight left in them. We've got 12 and a half minutes to go. Another chance for Dries, a 3, and it's good. Dries with 10 points now.
Yep, he's an electric scorer. It's something that works so good with Dries is that when you play, for example, when you're in football and you have a running game, you can good block there, but you're like, hey, when you're in a when you're playing football, and you can run the ball, boom, you have a play action pass for a touchdown, you know? But the thing with Dries, as we see a replay of his 3 here, and he just lets it go. Whenever he's ready for it, he lets it go. But something about Dries that a 3 is no different than a run game in football. You know, you make 2 threes in a row, and then you pump fake and drive to the rim. And that guy's gonna get off his feet. He's like, this guy just scored twice on me. So that's something I like about Dries' game.
Well, we were getting that great insight from Sorrell Blake. Tenney, we saw a foul by Kipper, hitting a Benilde player in the face on accident. That's how Benilde got that possession. But right going the other way, right away again, are the Stars. And now Whitmore has another foul. And into the game, as we mentioned earlier, it should be interesting to see that 3-shooter we were talking about from the earlier games. That's Jack Anderson, the sophomore, number 5 for the Stars.
He's one of those guys that if he comes off a screen and he's open, it's a knockdown.
If indeed they called that on Kipper again, it's a second. His third of the game, his second of the half. Cave shooting. First one, no good for Cave. Benilde leads by 17. Cave second here with some backspin, sits nice and pretty in the rim, and that will make it an 18-point game.
Oh, good screen. Good screen by Kipper.
Kipper up top now.
You see, the Benilde team is playing with a lot of fire on defense. That's something that I love to see.
Metcalf down to Anderson. Anderson's dangerous from 3-point range. Metcalf losing it under the legs of Baker. I don't know if Baker realized that he lost the ball, didn't go for it. Baker could have had another steal there. Oh, and into Anderson. Anderson wide open under the rim, but got scared there as Dries came up on him and couldn't finish. We've seen that by both teams in this game. A couple missed layups, chances that you just can't give up as a player. Baker now working it up top.
And you see Coach Moore there, yelling out a couple of directions because he wants him to stay on the field. Oh, great floater by Whitmore.
And look at that recovery by Whitmore to even get back in. And then we see immediately a play down the court. Oslin can't put it in though. Another missed wide open layup. We've seen 4 in this game between the two teams.
And this game was very, very, very close as we see the nice floater by Whitmore.
Look at that recovery by Whitmore.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he definitely has an eye for the ball. But something that we touched on before the second half started, this game was very close. Now boom, it's a 20-point lead, and without blinking twice. So
yeah, that was a quick turnaround.
Yeah, definitely. A couple stops, a couple of nice plays, and you're up there.
Now Dries up there at the top, and he gives it down to Lilienthal. Out to Cave. Still though, the starters, or mostly key players in this game, still as Benilde has a 20-point lead, and Lilienthal with a 3 there. We'll see how much longer that lasts as Benilde just continues to pile it on. 23-point lead now. Metcalf down to Voxlin. Voxlin up to Longo. Bainey now working it in. Cave keeping him out though. Over to Longo. Longo for 3. Too much on it, and Baker gets the rebound. Loses it. Can't get it up to Cave as it will be taken away by Mazurik.
He gets a steal.
Worked in, and another steal from Benilde. Lilienthal gets control of it. It's knocked out of bounds. And we'll go back to Benilde. And Oslin does not agree with that call. He thinks that it should be the Stars' ball right now. Understandably, he's frustrated, under 10 minutes to go, but I don't know how much difference that one play is going to make, and it looked like it was the right call.
Right. We have some pretty good officiating here, and sometimes the calls just don't go your way.
Lilienthal over to Cave. Baker cutting across, and he's going to send it all the way across the court to Whitmore. Whitmore going to drive in, sends it out to Lilienthal. Lilienthal with his own drive now. That looked like one that he could have taken all the way, Sorrell, but decides
Right.
to kick it out to Whitmore, and it goes out of bounds.
Something that I touched on this, selfless passing. They don't mind passing to the open man.
And that's good to see there. It didn't look like he really, saw it through and thought he had the opportunity, but, that selfless play is good. And at this point in the game, it's not going to hurt them too much to be passing the ball away. So I do see that call. I do get that pass. And maybe that's just how they'll be playing more the rest of the second half.
I have no qualms about it. They're on top of the lead, and they're passing, trying to keep away.
And losing the ball out of bounds himself is Mazurek. Goes right back to Benilde again.
Oh, it looks like Holy Angels is playing keep away with themselves.
And yeah, Holy Angels has been beating themselves in the second half. But one thing I've noticed about Benilde that's really helped them as we have a timeout on the floor here is, wow, they have not been turning the ball over like they have in the first half. They've not been sloppy on offense, and I think that's made all the difference for them as they've been just taking more shots in general. If you give them enough shots, they can make them.
Right. So I think that I don't know, like I touched on before the second half actually started. I said that Coach Moore is definitely going to get after the Red Knights, and he's going to say we need to get back on defense and we need to run our offense through the fast break. Fast break points are the easiest points to get in the game. And, even though both teams have missed a couple wide open layups on fast breaks, etc. But this is a good passing team, and this is one of those teams where you can pass and people are looking for the pass. So I'm glad that Benilde is back to the game that they started with, and if you look at the score, you can definitely tell there's been a difference.
Coach Moore has touched on, obviously, for anyone who knows this program, Moore, the winningest coach in Benilde basketball history. He's been coaching since 1995. Yeah. He has over 500 wins, 300 wins, 350 to be exact, over 548 games, a 675 win percentage, very impressive. 10 conference championships and 3 state tournament appearances for this Benilde team.
Coach Moore has been doing this thing for 20 years now, man. That's a staple of excellence that will continue to be around Benilde.
Out of bounds, Cave goes down hard. He'll get up fine. Benilde will be inbounding it. That one on Bainey, and it's into Baker now. Baker trying to take it himself, but he's got 2 men on him. Throws it out to Cave, but it goes way out of bounds into the 15-man student section for Benilde. Metcalf now. Can't work it around Whitmore. Kicks it out. Mazurek trying to do something with it, but he's got Baker on him, a tough guy to get around.
Right.
And it's taken away as Dries gets there, and Dries is going to have points of his own.
Yep. Nice job getting out and running.
8 minutes to go in the game. 12 points for Dries, 54-29, Benilde lead. Driving through his Longo, he kicks it out, and the shot no good by Metcalf.
Good back tap.
Stars somehow get it back, and a couple of good examples of passing there as they get it down to Bainey, who puts it in easily. No missed wide layup there. That one was straight in.
Yep.
He's going to get one more shot, too.
As we see it, just good passing there, pass to the open man, bounce passes, chest passes, boom, 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 and put the layup.
Good one for Bainey, 54-31.
Another shot here by Dries.
Stars now working their offense, down by 22. 8 minutes to go, still in it, but they're going to need a lot of these long balls, and they're not going to get it there from Longo. Longo, though, sliding in to fight for a rebound. Good job there, but then he just Looks like he's going to give it away to Baker. No one can control it. We have an injury on the floor. Metcalf is down holding his knee.
Good steal by Baker. Good passing.
Baker tips it over to Cave and in, but Metcalf's still down on our side of the court here. And he is holding his upper left leg as we see replay here. Sam Baker, look at him just touch it right over there to Whitmore. Back to Baker. He tips it to Cave. Beautiful play. May just be some cramps for Metcalf here. That would be very fortunate. Those are painful, but obviously no real damage from it.
And, you know, just to...
And look, as we see here, he just went down on his knee hard, it looked like. I don't know if that's a cramp so much as just the way he fell on his knee.
Right. I hope he's okay. But I think that that's such a testament, that goes to such a testament to the team that they're so much more willing to get down on the ground. That's something I've seen. They're so much more willing to get down on the ground for those rebounds. And it's not just the, hey, we're down by 20 points with 7 minutes to go thing, as much as it's a culture thing, because they've been doing it since, you know, the first half. And
hobbling off now is Metcalf.
Right. And the Red Knights give it up for him as he's walking off on his own power.
Just a stinger. And we'll get this game restarted. Benilde leading by 24 with 7 minutes to go. You mentioned Sam Baker going off to play a little college ball after this year. Benilde, no stranger to sending guys to college for basketball. This coach here, Coach Moore, has had a few of those guys. Highlighted by that would be Jordan Taylor back in 2008, winning Mr. Basketball in the state championship for this Benilde team, as well as Isaiah Zierden, currently playing for Creighton, averaging 12 points a game for the Blue Jays. Sanjay Lumpkin over at Northwestern.
Right.
A lot of good talent for Benilde the last 6, 7, 8 years. As we see Whitmore down on a fast break, putting one in there, saying, let's eat Benilde. We are killing it right now, 58-32. Back to my point.
Good steal.
The last couple of years, kind of more rebuilding years or transitional years for the Red Knights. Not used to having losing seasons like they've been. So it's unfortunate, but I mean, they've done okay overall in their overall record. They had some good seasons the last few years. They went 15-12 and 13-14, but only 10-18 a year ago. As we see Whitmore taking the first of 2 free throws here.
Right, and if you ask anybody on this Benilde team, they're gonna tell you we're the best team we've had, you know, in maybe 2 or 3 years. Yeah. So I mean, it all depends on who you ask, but this team is definitely ready to shake that losing record and kind of blast off here. Let's see if they can do it in more conference play.
And I think that was kind of right, Sorrell. You hit it on the nose with the best team in 2 or 3 years. I think this is the best team since we had that Lumpkin, Zierden, and Will Dunn combination at captains for this team back in 2011 and 12.
And we see a little bit of infiltration by the younger players on the team, as we see Gabe Alada, Carter Uppus, and one of my favorite players on the team personally, Jameson Battle, come in, and they're gonna look to show what they can do and say that, hey, we should be getting a little bit more tick than we are now. But wow,
and a beautiful shot. That was by Longo. And that's his first 3 of the game, as right back to it is Benilde taking a 3 and not going in there for Battle.
Oh, nice block by Carter. I don't know if he got to it, but it looks like he did. Good pass up there.
Battle now taking another shot.
Oh,
that time just off the rim, but it's sent in on a second look. That was Alada.
Right. Gabe Alada, he's a high electricity player. He's one of the best players on the JV team, and he gets up and down the court in a hurry.
Definitely a good future for this varsity team.
Yes.
Trying to keep it in. Battle couldn't do it, and we're going to go back and see that 3-pointer again by Battle there, missing it, and then Alada coming up with the rebound and puts it right back in.
Yeah, he's making me look bad out here, man. I told everybody that he was a sharpshooter, and he's proven me wrong. But I think that the more shots of like those he'll take, he'll definitely get out there and start making them. He's had 2 good opportunities here, and maybe he'll get some more. You'll see a couple substitutions here. Number 5, Jack Henderson, puts back in.
5.5 minutes to go. Red Knights leading by 27. Stars trying to work it in. That's Longo missing another layup. That time a little more excusable as it was contested. Uppus struggling, gets the rebound there. And now chance, Alada out to Uppus.
Wow,
out to left
nice
side.
Passing.
And Peyton puts it in for 3. 65-35 Red Knights.
And the reason why you see so much chemistry on this, in this second unit, perhaps, is because the second unit that you're seeing here is in fact the starting 5 for the JV teams. I mean, these guys have plenty of chemistry. They know what they're doing. They know where to get the ball and who's going to give them points.
Throw over and out of bounds. It was tipped there, and Miller trying to get it, and he's going to be inbounding it now into Wexler. And he'll be taking the ball up here as we reach under 5 minutes to go. Okay, now into Uppus. Uppus with Anderson on him, decides to send it out and battle there. Now 0 for 3 on 3-pointers.
I hope I didn't jinx him or anything.
Well, at this point in the game, I don't know if he'll get too upset with you, but yeah, no, Battle definitely a future star for this varsity team.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, he's taken a few threes tonight. In this point in the game, though, I'm sure they're not all going as hard as they could be going, but definitely an opportunity for Battle here to put some points on the board and maybe make his name known a little more, try to earn a little more varsity playing time.
All right, now that we have some downtime here, we're taking a free shot here. Oh, and as our the only 8th grader on the team, Miles Stoughton here, and he's a physical specimen. He's an 8th grader, and comes in at a whopping 6'6" coming into this game. Maybe it's 6'6" and a half with the hair, but you never know. But he's 6'6". He's athletic. He can dunk. He can jump. He can shoot. He's the full package at only 8th grade. Just imagine him staying for the next 2, 3, 4 years, and he's a staple for this Benilde varsity in the upcoming years.
And there is no way this kid is done growing at 8th grade. And if you had to look on the court and guess who the 8th grader was on this team, you'd probably be one of the last guys you would think of.
Right.
Wow, definitely a talented guy, and he's got that size advantage. Should be a good future for Benilde, and that's the thing for the Red Knights. They've got a lot of younger guys that are more skilled. This may not be their year as far as making a run at sections and trying to go to state, but they've got a good future. So right now, developing their players is going to be key, and the more they're able to separate from these teams and get these younger players in the game, the better throughout the season.
Well, I think I definitely think I might jinx my man Jameson Battle down there. He's now 0 for 4. But he's getting good shots, and he's taking them in stride, and that's what we're looking for. And my player to look out for, number 32. Number 32 for Holy Angels. He's a great ball handler, and I think that he's looking to put some flash in this game for the last 4 minutes.
Keontae Shorter, who's who you're referring to, this 5'8" sophomore. And Anderson putting that one up. Another missed, I don't know if that was a layup or a short jump shot, but we see shots we're supposed to make. And again, another missed layup. Contested, though. And Alada is going to the line.
Foul number 15, Will McClay. His first.
You see there, Battle trying to put in another one, now 0 for 5 in this game. Struggling, but Alada putting in the first free throw to make it a 31-point lead for the Red Knights. Just under 4 to go in this one. We have a sub into the game for the Red Knights. That's going to be Jay-Z, number 10 there. And going out of the game for the Red Knights will be Wexler.
Jay-Z, he's a shifty guard down there. He definitely has some flash and dash to his game. As you see Stu take a 3 here and he puts it in. And he's pumped up after that 3. That's a big 3 for someone that's only in 8th grade, already playing varsity basketball.
And another shot made for the Stars. They're matching Benilde right now in production, but that hasn't been the case all game as they've slipped to a 31-point deficit. Working it around now, Uppis trying to put in some points. Uppis only a sophomore with a good future on this team as well. And we'll see again that drive. That was Anderson there, getting out, driving in, and then just creating the space on his defender there, popping out and putting that one in. Good play by Anderson. Anderson again with the ball up top, Uppis on him.
And if you're Benilde fan looking for some good news, they've already topped their average throughout the first 3 games by 4 points so far. So if you're looking for an even brighter, spot than the obvious win, then you found it, because they're scoring more points.
You're right. This is the most points they've scored all season with 69 now. Their previous high 68 at Rosemount, and they still got a few minutes left. Jay-Z taking up to the court.
Another 3 for Stute.
Over a shot, way over for Stute. Can't put it in, and we'll be going back the other way as we have mainly backups for both teams in the game right now. A lot of the JV guys here. We see Anderson in here.
As well as Shorter.
Taken away, a chance now for Benilde. Over to Uppis.
Speaking of Uppis, good.
And there we go. That's the shot we're talking about.
Yeah, all right.
Took him 6 chances, and one of them was a layup. But hey, 72-38 Red Knights, putting an exclamation point on this game.
Right, and like I was gonna say, good shot movement there by. Oh yeah, that's nice. Good shot movement there by Battle. He's way behind the line, and that's like a warm-up jumper for him, man.
And that's what he compromised that. He didn't want to be contested, so he, gave it a little more space, popped out a little bit, got the pass, and if you're comfortable taking the shot and it's uncontested, take it.
Oh, good steal.
JC with the steal, now he's gonna have a chance.
Oh, good pass to Gabe Alata.
And it's swatted away, but it's a foul. Anderson there getting in there to make the stop, and they're gonna actually call it not on Anderson, but on Jacob Worley. Alata shooting 2 now, just in a cleanup act. Under 2 minutes to go. Red Knights lead by 34. Alata cannot make either. Red Knights get it back.
Stop and pop.
Another chance and another one in for Battle.
Well, there's someone to watch in the upcoming games.
Another no-go for the Stars. Alata gets it right back over to Battle. Battle trying to put some more points on the board. Can't. Alata gets the rebound and puts it in though. And we've talked about all of Battle's missed shots. He's missed, I think, 6 now, but a couple of times Benilde doing a good job getting those rebounds like we talked about they were struggling with in the first half. So good job by them as we see a swat by Stute. It'll stay with the Stars.
Yep.
Benilde on the verge, though, of making this a 40-point game.
Right. And I think the biggest thing that they did in the second half to turn this into such a huge game is running. As they're running here. Gabe Alata has it. He's gonna take it all the way.
Alata through and has the space again. Just a missed shot up front for Alata. And a fight out of bounds. It was saved, and Alata ends up putting it in. Heck of a save there by Battle. He's more than just a shooter, huh? He's a fighter. Got in and made that save there and got Benilde another 2 points. Long ball now from Anderson, no good. Alata now through Battle, putting it up. Battle rolls it in, 80-38. This game will likely end with Benilde winning by at least 40 points here. Tremendous showing by the Red Knights coming off a loss at Edina.
And they eclipsed their average by 15 points. This is definitely an offensive exhibition for Benilde in the second half.
One more chance for Anderson, no good, and that will pretty much do it for us here at the Haven Center as Holy Angels puts in one last shot 80-40 the final score, so looking good for the Red Knights. We saw a couple guys scoring double digits, Dries, Baker, kind of what we expected from Sam Baker. Anything you take away from this game in Benilde? Anything to look forward to for the Red Knights this season?
Something to look forward to is that their willingness to run, their willingness to pass. Speaking of run, we have those nice Run BSM shirts that everybody's getting, and they look nice, they're awesome. But they're willing to run, they're willing to pass, they're willing to play good, hard defense. You know, some of the younger guys might not be, deep into the offensive sets yet. They might not get a lot of rotation, but when they do get the clock, they run down. So just in case, God forbid there's an injury or anything like that, these guys are ready to play. And they've evened up the record here at 2-2. They're going to look to go out and go get a win against Waconia this Saturday at 3 o'clock.
And that's going to be all for us here from the Haven Center. For Sorrel, Blake, Tene, Dina and Kurt on the camera, and Paul Broden in the truck, I'm Ethan Lee. Thanks for joining us on this edition of Basketball on ParkTV.
Thank you.